Hey everyone, this is your Unaverage K3, and welcome to my channel if you're new. Welcome back if you're returning. So, we start out this episode 5, The Gift of the Magi, with somebody like delusional. I didn't know what was going on, and come to find out it's Tasha. I thought it was Tariq that was daydreaming about Raina because we know that it's still a demon, it's still bothering him. What I'm loving is that these old actresses and actors are still getting a check, but where is Ghost? Can someone tell me where Ghost is? Because we need him to come out here and show these boys how to do a proper. We'll get to that later. So the twins are turning 18. We see Tariq is out there in the streets, and I'm just thinking, like, I couldn't even imagine an 18th birthday like that. But aside from him, I couldn't imagine my babies turning 18 and not being there for them. It's just crazy. Tasha's locked up. We see this picture of Raina, Tasha, Tariq, and Jamie. And I'm just like, dang, they were such a beautiful couple. Everything was just so great in the beginning. How do we even get here? But I guess due to choices that they made, this is where we are. But anyway, Tasha's in the jail cell. She's sitting there looking at the picture of her old family. And what's funny to me is that, I guess not so much funny, but just like, yeah, this is what it is. She's looking at the time when things were good because you see her husband is still there. I'm like, yeah, I get that. So we go across town, and it seemed like everybody's rolling up in Tamika's house. Now, as soon as Sax pulled up in the house and I seen them black gloves, I was like, oh, hell no. Sax about to get rid of Tamika. Here we go. I find myself wondering who raised Sax, because he is just nasty. Listen, Sax, we know you nasty. He's a grimy dude. And I'm just like, when everyone was learning their life lessons in their teens, where was he? Speaking of life lessons, we know one person who's going to make sure her kids get all their lessons. So Monet is trying to school Diana of the gift of being a woman, and I'm actually here for it. I'm loving it. She's like, listen, she's like, oh, I know what you Diana said to her mom, I know what you're doing with the cop. Oh, you sleep with the cop. Monet was like, listen, if all a woman has to offer is her vagina, she's not much of a woman. And I feel the same way for a man. If all you do is lead with your penis, then you've missed the mark. You missed the value of who you are. So I was really glad that Monet was able to tell Diana that, and then not just tell her, but then to show her. You have to use your power. You have to use it, in a way. Monet was a little bit more aggressive than myself, but it all works. However you get there, as long as you get there. You have to be in control of certain situations, and you have to know the power that you possess. If you don't, your opponent will always have the upper hand. Speaking of upper hands, we see Tariq goes to meet with Sax. They in the car, and Sax is like, listen, now me and you know what happened at Truth. Me and you know who were there. We may not know what happened, but we know who was there and who wasn't. So Tamika's going to go on the stand, and she's going to tell them that I was there. If she tells them that I was there, I'm going to tell them that you were there. So now we have a problem. Tariq said, no, this sounds like a you problem. Sax said, no, not really. This is a we problem. And since we're on we problems, can we talk about the problem that Riley is? Riley is nothing but a mess. Riley is Sax with a vagina. When I say this girl is nothing but a screw up, Sax, it's just crazy because Sax is a grown man. Why do you have this child doing your business? She's doing your job, and she shouldn't have to. And it's kind of crazy because in a sense, she almost does it better than he does. But she's just so like mousy and so nosy. Brayden is on to her bullcrap. Brayden is not here for it. He ain't trying to hear nothing she got going on. But Sax tells this girl, you need to go and observe. She shouldn't be observing anything. She's not a private investigator. What the hell? She's not on the payroll. This is your job. But okay. So he has his niece spying on Tariq. Tariq is not feeling the niece at all. So you would think she wouldn't be able to get far. But, the niece has a zest for the wildlife, for the nightlife. And because of that, she wound up drugging a damn boy. But before she could get to Tariq, Drew got to Tariq, and Tariq and Drew were having a conversation. Drew was like, listen, my mother was really testing your loyalty. That's what she was doing. And you pretty much failed the test because you showed that you were more loyal to me than you were to her. Don't look out for me. My family knows what I'm about. They know what's up. Ain't no secrets here. It may be a secret to the world, but it's not a secret to my family. You better look out for you. You want to get into the family. So if that's your goal, you have to show my my mother that you are more loyal to her than you are to anyone else, or that you're able to hold your own. So, pick your poison, but don't sacrifice yourself trying to, stick up for me. I'm good. I'm already in the family. I thought that was the greatest advice ever. And it's something about this boy's smile. I don't know who Drew is outside of this character, but he has an amazing smile. Very handsome man. So we go back to the house, and Monet is like, listen, I can see my boys are not going to get in with Tariq. So what I need you to do, Diana, is, use your P power and go over there and possess this boy and get the info that I need. What happens is Diana cannot get the info because Tariq is impenetrable from that angle. Diana did better with Tariq when she was just herself and he was just himself and they liked each other. But Tariq sees the angle that she's coming from. So it's kind of like she's playing kindergarten football, flag football, when Tariq is up here in the big leagues. You're going to have to step your game up. And since we're going up, do y'all see the way Riley was looking at Zeke? I was like, he's so goofy looking and kind of like not even, I don't know. He doesn't really have the look. I don't know if it's the character or if it's really his personality coming through the character. He kind of has like a geeky way. He doesn't have that pretty boy swag type way. But I think that's perfect for the player that he is supposed to be portraying, because he's one of those players that, when you get the money, he still has the other side of him, and he sees the girls throwing it at him because of who he is and where he's going, but he still is not that person. He's kind of like the Deion Sanders. Once Deion Sanders became Deion Sanders, he just was Deion Sanders. That's all it is. So this is the pre-Deion. You imagine 10 years from now, Zeke is going to be every bit of the stereotypical professional baller. But anyway, so we go back to McLean. McLean ain't playing no games with Tamika. He knows she full of crap. He like, who was in the house? Let me see who's in the house. This man busted into Tamika's house, and luckily Tariq got up out of there. But Tariq was over there. I'm like, how you got the piece in your pocket? This is not your first, day at the rodeo. You done been here before. Why is the handle hanging out your pocket? Because I thought he was going to fumble the ball. I thought it was going to fall out of his pocket. It was going to land on the ground. Tamika was going to go screaming, oh, Lord, Tariq trying to kill me. I didn't know what was going to happen, but I did not see him sneaking out the back door. But I'm glad he did. Now, McLean knows the truth because Tamika just told him everything. So we find Tariq over here at his 18th birthday party that Brayden has thrown for him. Brayden is such a good friend, but Tariq is not in that college mindset to just, live life and be a 18-year-old. He's got the weight of a 45-year-old man on his shoulders. Anyway, I'm looking at this party like, man, I haven't been out, I think, since like February. I'm ready to text somebody right now and be like, look, where you at? Pull up. We about to hit the town. But I'm like, man, I miss parties. I miss this. I miss that. I think I'm going to go out, y'all. I don't know when I'm going to go, but I'm going to go out, y'all. We going to see, because just the whole atmosphere, being in the midst of the party, you know what? I done delved off into another lane. Let's get back to the story. So Tariq shows up to the party. Diana's there. Zeke is there. They brought Drew there. And, he's in Diana's face. Everything is cool. All of a sudden, Brayden realized that Riley is asking way too many questions about Tariq. So he snaps on her and was like, I'm going to go see about my boy. Gives her the cup. Go get me something to drink. Why did druggy Riley put something inside the cup? And then all of a sudden she saw when Brayden came back down, he gave the cup to Tariq. So she knew Tariq was about to drink this. This be the problem. This is why you find kids in the emergency room and stuff, because it's always somebody who think they're a pharmacist. They got the cure to the disease. And they're gonna put whatever they want to put in the cup. No measurements, no nothing. I say, yep, that is 100% a sex move. They are related. So Drew see his new little boo thing at the party, tried to, hug him up, just kind of, it wasn't on no, ooh, yeah, there go my man. It was on some, hey, how you doing? And old boy pulled away and was like, "No, we gonna pound this thing out." I said, "Wow, there we go. This is like, it's not even on no, no gay stuff. This was more like just high school and being young and thinking that you got somebody, and then all of a sudden they shade you in public." Isn't this exactly what Monet told her son to watch out for in the last episode when he was in the shower? You got to be careful with these guys out here. And this is exactly what he did. So I'm sitting here like, how is Everett going to play Drew like that? But, Everett was treating Drew like he was the trade, when in reality, it's Drew that was the trade. So now we get to Professor Hot Peen and Crunchy Cooch Carrie. When I tell you, these two get on my nerves, but now I understand the dynamics of the relationship. So Hot Peen needs Carrie as his muse, and his first book was so good and so authentic because it was about them. His second book, she wasn't there. Now she's come back around, or he's come back around, because now she got him the job at her spot at her school. So now he needs her as motivation because his homeboy told him, "Hey, your second book was a flop. So you need to go back to whatever you did with that. Whatever motivated you with the first book needs to be your motivation for your third." So now he's like, "Yeah, come on, Carrie, let's talk. Let's talk." He's just an opportunist. He's a user. I don't like nothing about Professor Hot Peen, PHP. He's just a dog. And Carrie, we gonna talk about her later, but I say, yeah, I see how she got her name. So we go back to the school. We see Diana done rolled up on Tariq, and she like, "Hey, happy birthday, boo, hey." He knows she full of crap because he like, "Hold on, your mama would not let you out the house like that. Why are you here?" He knows that she's up to something, but he can't really put his finger on it. So then when the other one pull up, then all of a sudden he pretty much played her. I was like, how you gonna play Diana for Lauren? I didn't really like that because I like Diana better than Lauren. Plus Lauren got a man, so what's she even doing here anyway? But Tariq, he put his arm around Lauren and they rolled off into the sunset. I know what that was. It's because he knew Diana was running game. That was the whole thing. Then he's drinking out the cup. Now he high. What I did not like, and what I was like, this is real indicative of how things go. The one that you pick is never the one that's for you. So they go upstairs, they talking, him and Lauren, and all of a sudden he passes out. And she like, "Oh, you a lightweight. No, boo. Look, I ain't never done that. You don't know something is wrong with this boy." As soon as his head hit the pillow, Lauren got up and walked out. So you see where her loyalty is, and it ain't with you. Going forward, I hope Tariq dumps Lauren and stops fooling with her, or plays her a little bit further than what he is, because he got her kind of close. He keeping Lauren in the tuck, and I don't like that. But before Lauren can get good out the room, here go that damn Riley in there taking pictures. I thought she was posting something on the gram. Come to find out, like, Riley's a little bit slicker than that, and she put a location finder on his phone. I was like, this bitch. Anyway, we go outside, and Everett is trying to play it off to Diana like, "Oh yeah, I go to school with Drew." First of all, fool, Drew ain't in school, so you got to be quicker than that. But anyway, he like, "Look, my sister know what the deal is. Everybody seem to know what the deal is, Everett, except you. You the only one living in denial." So Everett gets mad because now he finds out that actually Drew is related to Zeke, and Zeke is on the same basketball team as him, as Everett. You should have known that before you went slinging your little pee around that everybody want to share with the community. You have to know who you sliding up in, especially because you a man and you trying to stay on the DL. You don't just deal with anybody that comes your way. But see, he saw a new face and his little pee got to talking, and he went right along with it. But now you want to do damage control and be nasty to Drew because you can't live in your truth. That's your own issue. Everett gets mad. He storms out the car. Then Drew runs behind him. And poor Diana, she just left there standing there looking crazy because she came there to game Tariq. It didn't work. Then her brother is in a lover's quarrel, so he got to go handle his business with his man. Poor Diana. And speaking of poor, I feel like poor Zeke at this point, because as you can see, is Crunchy Coochie Carrie. Look at her. Look at her face. Like, Carrie was on the hunt. When they first sat down, Zeke and Carrie, I was like, okay, Zeke, he giving her this line, "Boy, ain't nobody feeling bad for you. Oh, all the girls want me." But you are definitely benefiting, and you seem to be enjoying every bit of this limelight. If you weren't, then you wouldn't need someone to come do your homework. You would be up on your own stuff. But anyway, I was sitting there looking, and I said, wait a minute, Carrie, oh, ho. Zeke ain't ready for this. Carrie is grown. So, yeah, she took her grown ass in the bathroom, and they had their little situation, and I was like, at first I was like, why would she do that? Then I was like, well, crunchy cooch Carrie, here she go again. I think she does have a problem. She definitely has an issue. She doesn't mind who she give it to. She just passed that thing around to anyone who's willing to take it, obviously. I ain't mad at her because Zeke is a cute little, little thing. But at the end of the day, she was just messing with Jabari just the other day. And where is the protection? Okay, anyway, I guess I'm putting too much reality into this show because they just seem to be reckless with their stuff. Anyway, back at the frat house, speaking of reckless, Diana outside, she all lonely. Tariq comes stumbling out. Diana took his piece. At first, I was like, maybe she did it to help him. But then when Tariq walked off, he was just so short with her. He was like, she like, I just want to be by myself. He's like, okay, I respect it. Bye. He wouldn't have done that if that was Lauren. But anyway, when he walks off, Diana had a smirk on her face. So I think she's like, yeah, I got him. I'm going to take the piece back to my mama. So Tariq stumbled away. And Diana, she just being sneaky. So at that point, I was like, I'm glad that he sees her mess better than I did. So he stumbles off. He goes to the graveyard. He talking to his sister. I was like, yeah, that seems about right. And whatever Riley done put in his drink got him just talking everything out loud. So he confesses to what he did. And slimy damn, what's the name? He's sitting up there with the camera. Slimy Sax is up there with the camera, recording everything Tariq said. I said, oh, damn, here we go. Now he got him. But you really don't have him because you shouldn't be there. So how did you get there? Oh, the locator. All y'all going to jail. And it was crazy because when Sax was on the phone with Riley, he's like, no, Riley, no. Like, she's a damn Pomeranian. I said, Riley doing everything that you would do. If you were a 18-year-old little girl, you'd be doing the same thing because you're like a 47-year-old man and this is what you're doing. But anyway, we go over to the house. Monet is like, look, Tariq, why you come in here and lie to me about Drew? Why you didn't tell me what was going on with Drew? He like, hey, why you did, I can't tell you something until I get a feel for what I'm really getting myself into. Monet was like, yeah, I respect it. So she liked Tariq. She said, which one of my children can I trust the most? That fool said, me. I love it. So Tariq is now part of the family. Here's the thing. Monet told her little minion to give Tariq the piece. And I was like, well, hold on. That piece got bodies on it. I don't know if you should be taking it. He might have been better off with that one that his mama told him to get. Now, one thing I know, if Tasha gets out at the same time that Tariq is out, she is not going to like Monet because Monet is stepping on her territory, tap dancing all over it. Anyway, we go over here to the office. And I said, Sax is just so slimy. But the only person I think that is as slimy as Sax or worse is that damn McLean. When I tell you I love me some Method Man, he's so fine, y'all. But anyway, and he even finer when he just in his suit and looking all extra clean. But he's just so dirty. Like, why do they make his character so dirty? So he's talking with Sax pretty much. He's like, listen, I need to get Tasha off and you don't want to go to jail. So you want to keep your secret. I'll keep this secret. What we going to do is we going to tie up Tariq. We going to hem him up. And I'm like, how is he going to hem up Tariq when Tariq is the one that's paying him? Because at the end of the day, he's a dirty lawyer. But he came to do his job. His job is to get Tasha off. So that's what he's going to do. Now, they said they're not coming back to December. So we got a couple of weeks. I don't know if that's what that was. I wasn't really looking. It's kind of middle of the night, but I thought that's what I saw. They're going to be gone for weeks and weeks and weeks, and then they'll return. But at this point, anyone who shakes hands with Sax has got to be dirtier than him. So yeah, McLean is definitely dirtier than him. I need McLean to get Sax off, to get Tasha off, but also not him Tariq up. And something tells me somehow he's going to make this happen. So I'm putting all my faith in McLean. Y'all let me know who y'all putting y'all faith in. And make sure you subscribe to my channel. Hit the blue bell for the notifications. And thumbs your girl up. Let me know what y'all see coming in the future. What's what. And we'll do this again next episode, y'all.